Yes, so you know that Ghanaian jurors are on strike over unpaid allowances, which is now delaying justice delivery. 10 months in arrears. They have 10 months of unpaid allowances. Yesterday, there were some cases in court, including some high-profile cases that have now been stalled. And we know that justice delayed is justice denied. So what does this mean? That's what this conversation is about. We are going to unpack. And we have the PRO for the Ghana Bar Association, Xavier Kuje, joining us for a brief conversation. Benjamin.
Mr. Kuje, a very good morning to you, sir. Hope you're well.
I'm good. Good morning. How are you?
I am also well, under the circumstances. How did we get here? The juror system is crucial to our justice delivery. How did we get here? We've had conversations in the past where some of them have made or lodged complaints. This is not the first time. Now, 10 months on, what exactly is happening? How much do you know that you can share with us?
Well, I'm surprised we are still hearing what we are hearing, because I remember last year, close to this time, I believe it was in July, this state thing happened. And for me, it's unfortunate because these are people who are privileged to serve in this capacity. And arguments have been made at that I heard that because they have been privileged, the impression is being created, shouldn't be pushing too much, they are allowed. But the point, we didn't promise them they'll do this for free. We told them we'll give them allowance. So for me, they should feel empowered. Next, others made themselves appear. Because as our system is, the jury system very tough for the ground is a treated criminal matter. So I would say that whoever is the average based on that, I don't know how for but these are not people who are being paid on permanent basis, just an allowance doing this kind of. So I would urge that to pay them. Because I don't watch a title salary almost every time we get. Personally, last Friday I was a judge. She was right to some of this matters complaint.
So for you, it comes as a surprise that, I mean, we've waited this long and that this situation, like a sore, is still festering.
Yes, why should it be so? Because it is not new. This is a system that has been running for long. So why can't you make provisions for it? Because people's rights are at stake. Those who are involved in such criminal matters now, they have to go on remand. Meanwhile, if they keep coming to court regularly, the matters may be determined within the shortest possible time for them to know their fate. I don't think that we should be joking with some of this because we find money for all kinds of things. This is about people's rights. Why can't we just pay the people to go back and work?
That is a point you make. But before we bring in one of those jurors, my colleague Sweetie will do that, I just want to find out from you, what has been the impact of this on the justicial system? The jurors, their strike and their complaints, what impact has it had on the delivery of justice?
It's had an enormous impact, I would say that, because first there will be delay in delivery of justice relative to the fate of those accused persons. Secondly, of course, as business people, lawyers may also get affected because it will disrupt our calendar, because every lawyer has a diary that is keep. So if a matter is adjourned for today, and because the juror has been kind of and it might not have been earlier in time, they really lose some work for this. Because you had lost, you are subject to another for that.
Xavier, hold for us. We'll come back to you shortly. The connection was a bit patchy though, but Sweetie, let's also find out how these jurors feel.
Yeah, so we have Forman Hakeim. He's a juror in the Upper West region. And Hakeim, thanks for joining us. In a statement you released, prior to the strike on May 16th, you mentioned that this has put some financial burden on you. To quote you, you say that it's impossible to continue to pre-finance your transportation to and from court. And you know how crucial your role is as jurors to the justice delivery of this country. What would it take for you to call off the strike so justice can prevail?
Yes. Thank you once again for the opportunity given to us to explain our situation. Yes, we in the Upper West region, as the jury members, we are prepared to serious cause to go the work is and remand.
Hakeim, let's try this again. You have to reposition the line. You were breaking up, so let's try again.
Yes. Is it okay?
Yes, you were saying.
Yes, I'm saying that we, jury members in the Upper West region, we have taken it upon ourselves to work in the best interest of the justice system in the country. Because if you go to the war prisons and then you see those in remand who come to court on daily basis, and one jury member who is absent, that will take off the system. It can't carry on. So we decided to help the system to promote justice delivery. So that's the reason why we, the upper unit, notwithstanding the system inability to pay us for our change and our allowance.
So are you able to pre-finance your transportation to and for court? Because those are one of the things that you cited as the reason for embarking on the strike. So how are you managing it?
Some of them are coming from communities, district to attend court sittings. So if they come on daily basis, sometimes we will sit Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And the normal circumstance, we are not supposed to be, we are also in different institutions working. And that is also hampering our various institutions, our capacities in our various workplaces. So if the few times that we have to sacrifice and come to court, and for over 10 months they are not paying, you think that people will lose interest in the system and it will affect the justice system. So that is our position.
How much, let's put a figure to it. How much are you entitled to earn, let's say, if within a month of carrying out your role as a juror? How much are you entitled to be paid?
We as members cannot say a particular figure or an amount, but what we know is that attendance is 100 cedis and sitting is 100 cedis. But the sitting allowances are taxable. So we will not be in the position to know how much tax they slap on it. And it also depends on the juries who attend in a particular month. So some can attend 2-3 times, and that will be your amount. Some can get more than that, depending on the number of times that they call on your case. So that is the point.
So this means that you, the jurors in the Upper West region, are not part of the other, like those in the Greater Accra and the other regions in the country who decided to sit down or sit back from their juror duties. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Before even the jury system is it's a temporal engagement for you to help the state in service justice delivery. So we were told by the High Court Supervising Justice Yusuf Asibe, and the state attorney, then the senior lawyers involved, that yes, we should also have to put our bit to sacrifice. And exactly that is what we are doing.
Right.
So you say to sacrifice. Obviously, the sacrifice is becoming far too much. But how has this impacted your work as jurors, would you say?
Pardon?
How has all of this, 10 months without getting paid and all that, how has it impacted your work as jurors?
Yes, it's just like I told you, as part of our sacrificial duties to the state. We should also take in mind that we are also working in our various institutions. So if you are sacrificing 1 day or 2 days to the justice system in the country, we see it as a laudable idea. So we want to support the system. Looking at where I am coming from, where I'm working, I work with the Commission on Human Rights. So anything that I will do to prevent my colleagues, jurors, to further sacrifice, that is what we're doing as the head man in the Upper West.
Well, let's
100 CDs for a sitting accumulated over 10 months. Is this money?
So let me ask you, how much are you owed personally? How much are you owed?
Yes, the last time they paid us was 2 months ago or 3 months, and they paid up to April. So from May up to date, they haven't paid. That is about 10 months.
So you've still not given me a figure about how much, because I don't know. You mentioned that it depends on the number of times and all of that. I don't know how many times you, for example, have gone. I just want to have an idea, at least for the 2-3 months that you have not been paid. How much are we looking at?
Not until I visit the attendance, the jurors attendance book and the sittings book, you won't be able to know.
I see. But averagely, you are paid what?
I can sit at least 4 or 5 times in a month.
Okay. So let's even use an approximation of 4 times in a month over 2 months or 3 months. And
sometimes too, you can attend court if they are going to empanel new cases. All the jurors will have to come, but not all of you will be selected. So in that case, you can see your name appearing in the attendance sheet and for more than the sittings. So it is only in the auditing edition that you will know how much attendance that you have attended court and how many sittings that you have made.
So per sitting, it is what, 100 cedis?
It's 100 cedis.
Okay.
And that one is non-taxable. And the sitting, that is where you go to do work, that one is taxed. Okay,
right. So even if we were to look at this and if it were 10 sittings for you, for example, averagely over the 3-month period, it could be 12, but I'm just striking an average of about 10, maybe taking out any other empanelments and whatever that could have happened.
Yes.
That could be about roughly 1,000 cedis, right?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we are only also asking the powers that be to support the system so that to promote justice delivery in the country, especially those on remand.
Right. And you're perfectly right. Let me bring in.
I will use the opportunity to thank the High Court Supervising Judge in the Upper West Region, Justice Yusuf Asibe, and Abdul Shakuri Said. They are actually giving us the encouragement that made us not to go embark on any strike, but to also put our bid in support of the remand prison so that justice delivery will be expedited. All
right, Forman, we're grateful for your time with us this morning.
Grateful.
Forman Hakeim is a juror in the Upper West Region. Let me bring in Xavier Kujay to cap off the conversation. Xavier, so you've heard it from the horse's own mouth. This is where we are. Some owe 2 to 3 months, others as long as 10 months. And some of them are laying down their tools. For you, in the immediate term, even before we think medium term, what are the resolutions we can bring to bear to ensure that this doesn't derail our justicial system?
I think that our appeal to those on strike to emulate the example of those in our powers, because it's very heartwarming that those in our powers last year were rather on strike, and this time around, even though they've not been paid, they have agreed to it. So I will appeal to the supervising High Court judges in the various affected areas and to speak to the jurors so that they get back to it. And while they also do that, the powers that be also prepared to do whatever they're supposed to do. Because listening to him, I don't think that this is an amount that we cannot pay. We shouldn't be doing some of these things because these are peanuts.
Well, thank you, Mr. Kujay, for joining the conversation. We're grateful for your time. That's the Public Relations Officer of the Ghana Bar Association, Xavier Kujay, who joined us as well. We had Xavier Kujay and Forman Hakeim, a juror in the Upper West region. Sweetie, interesting dynamics.
Yeah.
Wahala day everywhere.
It's not money enough that they should be owed, to the point that these cases like the J.B. Dankwa case, the killing of the 11-year-old boy in Kaswa, these cases should be feeling the impact of this jurors' strike. I think that really those involved should just, this is really no money, Benjamin. 100 cedis for sitting, and we owe this to jurors. Justice delivery. That's just what I think.
Well, that's it for this conversation, but stay with us. There's still a lot more coming your way right here on the AM show. We'll be right back.